It looks like I had a few small issues with the connection, and it caused my OBS to freeze, so I apologize for that, guys. I'm back now. Okay, so go to the 087 radial. And we're going to stay at this altitude. Yeah, we're back. That was a bit frustrating. My phone, which I use to do all the webcam stuff, died too, so ugh. I'm out of electrical outlets over here. Ah, there we go. Now we're coming back. Okay, now that I'm on my way to Thurman, which is about 60 miles out, I'm going to go ahead and climb up to 20,000. Well, 21,000, yeah. Oops, not this again. $17. 18, 19, 20, and 21,000. There we go. $10 degrees of nose up. Love how aggressively this plane can climb. Actually need to back the throttle off just a little bit there. You can't be over 100 for very long. That'll be fine. Trim the nose back a little there. There. Okay, so now we can go to 2992 on the altimeter. Let the barrow here, and above 18. There we are, 2992. Yeah, I can go ahead and turn off the igniter now. Go ahead and level off here. .9er will be our next radio that we need. Gaining some speed here. Love how flying up at high altitude makes you move so quick. Our indicated's like 230 or something like that. True airspeed, we're at 327. Plane trimmed out. Okay, I'm comfortable setting the autopilot for now. I don't know why the autopilot is struggling with altitude here. Unless it's not actually armed. Yeah, this plane's all over the place. Yeah, I vaguely remember that at high speeds, the autopilot programming in X-Plane seems to do some really finicky stuff with the small planes. I do remember that. What is this thing doing here? Nav. Altitude. There we go. Okay. I don't like the autopilot of this plane either. I think it does some wild stuff here. There. Plane seems much more stable now. Coming up over Thurman. Okay, from Thurman, we're going to Goodland. That's on a radial of 09 or 2. Oh, and it changed for me. Excellent, excellent. Okay, let's kind of liven things up a bit here. That's even the autopilot struggles to hold altitude. Wondering if part of it is actually the trim wheel on this joystick that interferes. I think so, yeah. Interesting. Oh, I heard birds. What, baby? Hey, Kiwi, can I say... You want to say... Oh, excuse you. Oh, boy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Alright, let's see if I can get this, let's see if I can get the camera to reconnect on the... I gotta flip it. Alright, hang on, Kiwi. There we go. You want to come up on this finger here? I kind of need a hand free. Come on, guys. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, Kiwi's. He almost got on your shoulder there. That's nice. I think it. Okay, baby. There. Let's see if now the battery will last on my camera there. Whew. I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot because it seems like it's not really holding altitude too well. Let's go to 95%. We're gonna try and trim the plane out here. Oh, drifting a little there. Okay. I want to try and get up higher here. I'm going to go ahead and climb. Indigo doesn't seem to want to go up there, does he? There we go. There we go. Oh, are you guys happy I fixed your perch? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so from Goodland, I'm going to be flying the 084 radial. I'll go ahead and let's flag that. I don't know, I have it set on some copyright-free music. 087 degrees, right? Oh, sorry, 084. Yeah, what's up, bud? Uh-oh. They decided they were gonna leave the perch. Where'd Kiwi go? Oh, they're on the floor. Alright. Alright, so when I get up to 31,000, I'll level off here. Yeah, they spazzed out and they were like, bye. Ah, hey, what's going on, guys? Alright, you guys are just in time because the parakeets have arrived. Oh! How's everybody doing? All right. Well, thank you for the raid, guys. Very nice to see everybody. Uh-oh. Yeah. My birds just went AWOL there. Well, for those of you just joining, I am flying kind of like a pseudo IFR thing. I'm not using an online environment at all. Not today, at least. I've just been kind of practicing in the Viperjet, trying to hold headings and everything. What, little man? Oh, good job. Good job. Good. Ah. All right. All right. So, let's see. How am I doing over the ground? 360. All right. Oops, not that one. I need altitude. I want to flag 31,000. The plane flies so much more predictably up here. That's the thing. Like this plane, like it's really squirrely with the controls. I mean, what do you expect from an aerobatic plane? But still, I mean, it's interesting to fly IFR because you got to be really on your toes. barrel roll, huh? I think there's a way to do smoke with this plane. Let's see, actually. Hold on, let's see. I think it's actually in view. Oh, weather's refreshing. Sunglasses, yo. Nah, let's see here. I was sworn there used to be a activate smoke option. Wow, that's crazy. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, I won't distract myself too much with that. but we can do something here. Mostly on course, right? Let's put up the power. Just noticed the airplane's starting to lose airspeed. Probably because I'm up so high. Trim it back a little here. What's up, bud? Uh-huh. Ah. Let's bring the plane back down a little bit. Maybe 30,000 or 31's a little too high for it. Power up, get some airspeed going. Get back on course here. And let's change the background music, because that's not exactly what I'm going for here. See what else we got. See how this sounds. Alright, I feel it. Oh, you know what? I must have accidentally flipped the air brakes open. That's what's going on here. Jeez. Just one button away from disaster, I swear. Much better. Okay. Not sure what just happened there. Okay, we'll do 27,000. Seems like I'm getting a higher true airspeed anyways, slightly lower than 30. Back on course. With this plane, you can get all the way to Kansas City in no time, though. I mean, really. Alright, we're already in Hill City. Alright, let's push that throttle up a little. 98, 99. There we go. Kind of trim it out a little. There we go. Stabilized up a bit. Yeah, I'm almost to Salina. I guess this plane is just hauling ass. Let's get back on track. One thing I don't like about the avionics of this thing, though, is that you have one dial that does everything. So you've got to constantly be switching between all these different settings down here to be able to set everything. It's pretty task saturating, especially for such a fast airplane. Oh, see, look at that. You look away for a minute and you already gained 800 feet. Oh, looks like the parakeets are back. Oh, okay. Alright, see you later, guys. It takes a lot of micromanaging and fine control to fly this plane. I guess once you get the hang of it, though, it doesn't feel too bad. Yeah, I'm already having that problem, actually. Yeah. Just constantly having to switch back and forth. So, like, oh, yeah, see. Drop that back down to 27,000. There we go, 27,000. Got a good airspeed. Okay, so I'm gonna tune in 117.1. So at least we've got bearings on that one. Yeah, this plane really is. It's a blast for aerobatics. I've loved having the Viperjet for that, but like I needed something faster so I could go to further destinations. And I mean, I've been doing all of my training in the Skyhawk. And I was like, okay, I want something that's a little more challenging to fly IFR in, that I can start, you know, getting more accustomed to jets again, and you know how quickly things have to happen. Let's go down. Shot up 500 feet already there. Covering almost 400 knots over the ground there. Actually, oh, 500 knots. We're 500 ground speed. We're just sailing. Flying Slant Alpha at Mach 2 at the Talent. By the time I switched VORs, it was already there. Yeah. That happened to me yesterday in this plane. I did a stream just flying around the Colorado area, and I'm coming back to Centennial. I'm trying to pull up the chart, and then I look up, and I'm already over Centennial, and I'm like, oh, whoops. Yeah, you gotta stay really ahead of the airplane. Well, at least we got mountains. We've never been to Kansas, bud.
It's all about humanity.
Well, the max speed for this airplane is based on altitude. So there's the limitation charts right there. So about Mach 0.76. I'm assuming most of that is because of Mach tuck for the airplane. That seems like it's a fully aerobatic plane with a 9G limit, so it's probably capable of going over the speed of sound. The problem is that you know, the plane in real life, if you look at the control surfaces in the back, it's not the full tail surface that moves like most fighter jets. So it's a subsonic airplane. Because of the pressure waves and the way an airplane behaves at supersonic speeds, you can't have hinged control surfaces. Usually a full surface has to move in order to get control of it. That's primarily due to Mach tuck.
It's all about humanity.
Yeah, exactly. So the pitch control would be greatly reduced, and there's an effect where it can actually reverse the controls. And it's because of the way that the air flows over the surfaces and the pressure waves. You can look up some videos online about it, but yeah, Mach tuck is a thing. And that's why the airplane's top speed gets lower with altitude, because the higher up you go, the slower the speed of sound is. And you don't have to break the sound barrier. Airflow over the surfaces has to break the sound barrier. So it can actually be slower than the speed of sound and still get those effects, because the air flowing over the control surfaces might be faster than the indicated airspeed. My birds are just sitting here on the floor walking around. They don't want to come up and say hi. I guess they're being shy. We're over Salina. I should probably start pulling up that approach plate. Exactly sure when my there we go. Okay. The mirror app seems to hang up a lot lately. Drifting a little because of the wind, so we'll bring ourselves in a little and get that needle recentered. I'm not very far off course, but still, this plane, it seems like if you're not perfect, I mean, you'll be off course pretty darn quick. Let's try maybe 5 degrees left. Let's see how that does with crosswinds and stuff. Okay, it's centered. Let's try another 5 degrees. Okay, we're in Salina. Now it's time to start getting busy here. Nope, nope, let's not dive here. See that? I look down and I'm already starting to change directions here. Let's not let that get any worse here. The autopilot on this plane is also terrible. It doesn't seem to want to actually do anything. Okay, there's the Jayhawk 6. Okay, looks like we're gonna close in on Topeka, and that's when the fun starts. Okay, ATIS 12075. We're gonna pull that up here in a moment. Nope. Go. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the scratch pad. Let's get our ATIS. Then we can decide on our approach. Maybe. Details. Let's look at the weather, see what it says. The wind was 070 at 8 knots. So let's look at approaches. At 07, probably a good bet to go with runway 03. And I'm going to do the RNAV so that I can practice switching altitudes and stuff like that. So, blah blah blah. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Hopefully get myself back down to normal altitudes. 27.5. This plane, I mean, just a little bit off and it'll just go everywhere. And I don't know if you guys can see how much left aileron trim I have, and I can't figure out why that's happening. Okay, so in this case, gonna look something like this. Yeah, okay, so the X52 is a pretty sensitive controller. It basically doesn't have any dead zone at all, but I don't know, maybe it's out of calibration, but I don't know, I'll have to look into it later. So I've been having that problem since yesterday. Then again, I haven't used the X52 in a few months, since that one flight I did during the Balkans campaign on what was I flying? Falcon BMS. Yeah, and like with the yoke, for example, I have a very small dead zone. What I found though is that with landings, it gets a little twitchy sometimes if you don't have the dead zone set right. You start to add just tiny bits of input and it won't accept it until it's like large, and then you get that jumping effect. Let's see here. Let's just fly a little bit with the trim. On. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Procedure. Go to some. Oh. Select approach, enter. We're going to do the RNAV for runway 03. Where's Dodson? Let's just go with vectors on that one. Enter. Load the approach. See how everything looks now. We're about 4 minutes out from Topeka. Can't find a setting that works perfectly for landing and high altitude flying. Yeah. This key we got there. Hey, you. I don't know if... Is that a feather? Is that what you're eating? No. Hey, come here. Alright, 513 over the ground at 27,000. I guess it's time to start thinking about getting down to altitude, isn't it? So let's look at... Is this the arrival? Yeah, okay. So, from Topeka... Okay, I'm just going to try and fly as straight as possible. I'm going to set the course on this to 136. Oops, yep, see? What I was just talking about? Did it myself now. Okay, CDI course. Okay. Oh my gosh, didn't change. Oh, right, that's, okay, I know what I'm doing wrong. See, this thing drives me nuts with that stuff. Alright, so as we enter this approach, or the arrival, I'm going to start by putting out full dive brakes here, cut the power, start my descent here from Topeka. Now this plane can dive. I guess in a big, 737 or something like that, this would be considered the lever of shame. Put out your air brakes like that, but it's pretty enjoyable to me.
Sky conditions 2,900 overcast. Temperature -13. Dew point -17.
Okay, I can go down to 3,100 feet. I'm gonna stay up a little higher and go to 8,000 for now. 10, 9, 8,000. There we go.
Charles B. Wheeler downtown information whiskey. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 050 at 11. Visibility 7. Sky conditions 2,900 overcast. Temperature -13. Dew point -17. Altimeter 3018. Arriving runway 01. Departing runway 01. Advise on initial contact you have listed.
Okay, let's start bringing those air brakes in.
Charles B. Wheeler downtown information whiskey. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 050 at 11. Visibility 7.
We'll trim up for 200
Sky
knots.
conditions 2,900 overcast. Temperature -13.
And we can go higher than that. Let's go to 250, but first let's lose another 600 feet here.
Runway 01. Departing runway 01. Advise on initial contact you have listed.
Oh, you know what? I have this wrong here. That's why it's not working. 7, 8. Yep.
Charles B. Wheeler downtown information whiskey. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 050 at 11. Visibility 7. Sky conditions.
Go flight plan, and then we'll go Jayhawk. Direct enter. Like that. Okay, our nav needs to be a GPS source. Oops. Maps. Start our turn. So this thing does not have a turn rate indicator, which I find kind of interesting. I mean, in IFR you'd probably be doing half standard rate in this airplane, because standard rate would be too steep of a bank angle, but I don't have a way to measure that. And so I got to go by bank angle. And I mean, this thing flies like a fighter anyway, so it's very likely that you just keep it going here. Okay, flight plan. Let's go direct, enter. Okay. Plane seems much more tame all of a sudden. I guess it doesn't like being up at those high altitudes. Okay, so now I'm on this approach. I actually, let's see, from whose intersection, I've got to leave the arrival. Hey, how's it going, Melvin? Okay, procedure. We're going to go to activate approach, enter. Okay, I'm going to cut off the yaw dampener now. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and start my step down to 3,000. Let's flag that altitude. 6, 5, 4, and... oh. Okay, and let's get our de-ice equipment on. Okay, we're going to slow down to 200 knots. Let's drop the throttle. There we go, nice and tame. Pick up that nose just a little bit. Okay. We're in IMC. Go ahead and level off at 3,000. Let's pick up the power just a little bit. I like being at 190. That seems to feel good for this plane. So let's see, about 65% power. Let's see where that gets us. Oh, nope, dropping altitude there. Come on now. Okay. Melvin, it's been a while since I've seen you. I've been a little busy, so I haven't even been able to log on and watch your streams or anything. How you doing, man? Okay, 190. Back it off just a little bit. Let's go to 63, see where that puts us. And trim the nose up just a little. Nope, too much. Okay, so at BYAV, we can be at 3,000 and then it can step down to 2,500 afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and flag 2,500 now. And not dive down to it yet. Jeez. See what I said about this airplane, you know, you let your guard down for a second and you've lost hundreds of feet in altitude. Or gained. Such a fast airplane. Bring the nose up just a little bit for trim. Micromanage this thing. Okay. So we're coming up on our next intersection here. And then after that I can step down to 25. Let's go to 58% power, see where that gets me. And I think I'm going to slow down to 160 here. I don't have much in terms of a checklist for the Viperjet. I don't know what kind of approach speeds to expect. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear for most of the time here. In fact, again, I sunk a little bit there. Can't step down that low yet. There's 160. Okay. Now I can't. Plane's driving me nuts here. Okay. Now I can step down. Let's slow to 140. And 2,500 feet. All right, and that. No, that's not our initial approach fix. Let me go ahead and put the gear down though. Alright. And let's trim for 130. Let's get back on course here. Now I'm chasing that needle. Okay, so what's my next step down? 1620. Okay, let's slow down just a little here. Okay, and so we're about 30 seconds from there. I'm going to go ahead and drop that first notch of flaps. .130 seems like a healthy airspeed here. Let's see what happens when I drop that second notch. Okay, and then I can go ahead. Bring myself back to center here. Okay, 100 knots seems a little sluggish with the controls, but I think that's a good approach speed. Okay, and it looks like I got the runway in sight. Okay, gear is down and locked. We got flaps down. Speed brakes are closed. 100 knots on the approach. Looking pretty good. Here we go. A little bumpy though. I can tell there's a lot of turbulence. Alright, so I got the air brakes out. I'm gonna go start applying the brakes. There we go. I'd bring them back in. Flaps up. Look like helipads. I don't know where the heck I'm going. Taxiing around. This looks like an important place.
Don't be afraid of the dark.
There we go. Let's go ahead and dump the pressure seal. Okay. Turn off our pitot heat. And alright, igniter's off. Come on. There we go. Parking brake set. Fuel to cut off. Alright. Like chocks. All that stuff's off. Unlock the canopy and let's open it. Alright, I'm actually going to replay the landing. I feel like my flare was actually a bit late and I just got lucky on that one. Not that good at flying this thing. Oops, there we go. Okay, so I'm still in a nose low attitude here. I start to aileron a little bit into the wind. I start my flare. It's what we like to call the square flare. Still got that nose wheel up. Just picking it up higher there. Oh. Oh boy, that was disorienting. Now, you see I put the air brakes out to help slow the plane down. The air brakes and flaps. And I finally start to lower the nose, it looks like. You can see I'm just holding it off. I pick it up more just for some aero braking. Looks like I kept it up for a long time. I probably landed too fast, to be honest. I mean, it is a light plane with a lot of pitch authority, so maybe it's able to hold that nose up for, you know, up until a dead stop almost, but I don't know. Okay, I bring up those air brakes and then the flaps, and I just taxied away. Okay, so that's that. So, a little bit of an unfortunate debrief here. Oh, that's funny, the canopy closed. I never grabbed the local altimeter setting. So I was flying on 2992 during a good chunk of that approach. Not good. That could be bad in real life. So, still a little bit behind the airplane. I think most of the approach went okay. I wasn't nearly as centered as I'd like to be. Last time I flew an ILS into Centennial and it went okay. Oh, baby? Yeah, yeah. Birds are being stubborn. Alright, so overall not a bad flight. Like I said, everything happens so quick in an airplane like this, so flying IFR, I mean, you can see here I made another mistake. Let's see, when I annotate this. So the idea was to round this corner here because on the GPS, the RNAV approach, this is a fly by, not fly over type waypoint. Sorry, my birds are being super adventurous right now. Alright, so yes, on an RNAV you have fly-by and fly-over waypoints, and it can actually help you predict when to start your turn to round corners on the GPS, and so your actual path would look like this. Now I started my turn and the needle's off, so I'm like, okay, well I need to keep flying this way. And what I didn't realize is that I had the wrong VOR selected. So that was another mistake. That would have been a busted check ride right there. Here, during the approach, I selected the approach on the GPS to fly, and I think it put me on a direct line to, because I had vectors to final selector, but it still put me onto a waypoint that's right here for the approach, rather than have me fly this leg over here. I guess that's okay. But yeah, this kind of thing right here, you have to be really aware of that if you want to pass your check ride. So this, if that were in the mountains, for example, there could have been a mountain right here, you know. They try not to put you that close to terrain, but in certain places like in Colorado, that's just, it could happen. Let's clear my annotations there. Looks like the GPS, or well, X-plane probably momentarily disconnected. Does that sometimes. And then you get these weird little flight path lines. Let's clear this out. There we go. Here, yeah. Flight planning on these Garmin's is like the worst. It's very clunky. Someday I hope they put a keyboard. Well, no, that I feel like I enjoy flying this thing now. Just got to start learning how to keep up with it during IFR stuff. Doesn't help that I don't have a turn rate indicator at all. I find that as a huge negative. Wouldn't it be fun to own one of these? I think so. I'd want to be flying every weekend if I had one of these. It's so fast, you could be like, alright, you know what, we're going to the Grand Canyon today or something. Just fly direct there. Oh, and my throttle just fell. My fault for not building the mounts. Alright. Are they bored enough to do a little bit of aerobatics for a minute? Or I have to log off? How am I doing on fuel? Ah, good. Go to the weather here. Disconnect the GPU there. Do an intersection takeoff. Okay, airspeed's alive, gauge is in the green. 120, rotate, positive rate, gear up. Gear up and locked. Go give Kansas City here something to hear today. Wish I had my track IR on. Have to restart X-Plane to get it to work. Oh, there's the highway, nest of an intersection. Yeah. It's okay, babe. Oh yeah, it's... Boom! There you go, honey. Ah! And we would have been dead. What, bud? Oh, so I need to cook more? No, there's no more. We ate it all this morning, buddy. Alright, let's see if I can do an overhead brake for a landing here. Looks about 1,000 feet, I guess. So, go halfway down the runway. And we'll start the brake. Okay, let's bring those air brakes in. Okay, let's bring the landing gear down and extend the flaps. And overspeed the flaps, apparently. Yeah, it's more like a pattern. So full speed brakes here. There's that control sensitivity problem I was talking about. Yeah, it looks like you have good nose authority all the way down to 60 knots. Hope if I didn't get distracted there. Okay. Bring those air brakes back in. Flaps up. Air brakes closed. I guess it doesn't let me open the canopy while it's moving. It's not a bad view of Kansas City. It kind of actually looks like it actually does. Just a city on a small hill in the middle of a flat place. Alright, let's go ahead, set the parking brake. Got idle cutoff. Bring the flags and chocks out. Got the GPU in. Igniter's off. Alright, I think that that about does it for today. Sadly, kind of want to go do some more flying, but I got other stuff I gotta get done, sadly. See you guys next time.